Hello and welcome to From Set to Sofa with Lulu, and I'm Lulu. If you ever watched 70s Australian TV and thought, how did they get away with that? You're going to enjoy this podcast because the real surprises weren't always in the script. What it also gave us were set secrets, near disasters, and off-screen chemistry that never made the credits. Until now. Before we had public relation teams and apologies on social media, Australian television in the 70s went straight for the jugular. Taboo topics, fearless performances, and storylines that had families arguing at the dinner table. Golden era wasn't polite. It was provocative. It was groundbreaking. Want the untold version? Well, buckle up, because From Set to Sofa is your backstage pass to the pioneering golden days of television. Think heart-pounding dramas, laugh-out-loud mishaps, and secrets so juicy they might make you blush. It's like catching up with old friends over a cuppa, reminiscing about the magic that made Aussie television so special. Now, for those who might not know me, or maybe you do, and it's been a while, I'm Lulu. But back in the day, I was Louise Howitt. I kicked off my career with a splash in number 96, playing that dramatic wife who pulled off an emotional blackmail suicide attempt to snag her hubby back. Then came The Young Doctors, where I stirred things up as the feisty, spoiled Deborah Kendall, a real man-eater. And I rode horses and loved animals as Cassie McCallum in Young Ramsay, and held my own as the only adult regular in the Henderson Kids 2, playing mum to those cheeky child stars. Guest spots in A Country Practice, Cop Shop, and even a cult film like Lady Stay Dead. Let's just say I've got the scars and the stories to prove it. Now, as the years roll by, television changes, and so does the way we remember it. What doesn't change is the feeling those shows gave us, the comfort of them, the excitement, and behind every episode there were real people, actors, crews, writers, directors, all working flat out to make magic in sometimes very ordinary conditions. That's why my dear friend Ray, a veteran of television production, and I decided to create this podcast. We couldn't resist. It's a proper, relaxed Aussie chat. Thoughtful, fun, and full of the kind of behind-the-scenes stories you don't usually hear in the glossy write-ups. Ray and I have poured our hearts into this. We've already chatted with some absolute legends. Wendy Blacklock sharing her trailblazing stories, Diana McLean spilling the tea on those iconic roles, Belinda Giblin with her glamorous insights, Mark Lee on his action-packed adventures, Roger Ward's tough guy tales that had us in stitches, and Tim Page reminiscing about the crews who made it all happen, just to name a few. These conversations are raw, hilarious, and oh so nostalgic. You won't believe the secrets we've uncovered. Want a naughty preview? Here's a montage of snippets from Wendy, Roger, and Belinda that'll tease your curiosity.
So I'm walking down the back street to get to the venue, and a bloke came out of nowhere and tried to grab my carry bag. And he knocked me over. Because I'm little, I had Louis Jordan shoes on, which with 3-inch heels, of course.
Of course.
And he dragged me along the ground and landed all my stockings and scratched my shoes. But I wouldn't give up the carry bag because they're paying it. Kept hanging on to the bag.
But I saw Brenda that morning that we were friends. You know, we went to parties together. We laughed together. We even shared a bed one night. There were 2 Mahinis in there with us. But I wrote a memoir once in bed with Brando, but nothing happened with it. There were 2 women with us, but that's beside the point.
I knew exactly what I was doing.
I knew exactly that if I took my top off, everyone was sort of doing it. It was acceptable, and you wouldn't do it now. You don't see any. We've become quite Victorian these days.
We woke, I think. Told you, pure gold. And that's just the beginning. Our first episode drops soon, packed with more of these gems that'll transport you back to the sets of Sons and Daughters, The Box, Number 96, and all those classics that were so well loved. So tune in, subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your pods. We'd also love to hear from you. Send us your questions about actors, the shows, the scenes you still remember, and what you'd like us to ask our guests. We'll bring your questions into future episodes and give the audience a real voice in the conversation. Comment, email, or slide into our DMs. Come join the fun with the stories that will take us all down memory lane. I can't wait to share these stories with you. Don't keep me waiting. See you soon on the sofa. A bientôt.
Thanks for listening with an open heart. But now it's time for us to part. So tell everybody that you know to tune in next week to Lulu's show. From set to sofa is where it's at. And Lulu, darling, just loves a chat. She talks to starlets with grace and style. Lulu sure will make you smile.